what's up all you lovely learners in Learning Land? Tyler from 10thumbspro.com coming at you with another ukulele tutorial like we do every single Wednesday and Saturday. If you like this kind of content, make sure you hit subscribe and ring the bell so you never miss a lesson. Today we're breaking down Mad World from Donnie Darko in the chord melody style. Free of bar chords, this is a great introduction to this style if you're new to chord melody or playing fingerstyle. Printable tabs for this tutorial and all our other tutorials, including over 50 chord melody lessons, by becoming a Patreon. Links in the notes. Printable link to this specific tab pinned in the first comment. Additional links, including my email, in the description if you want some one-on-one lessons. Time to break the lesson down. Grab your ukulele, brain, and attention span. Once you have those three things, follow me on in and let's learn this lesson together. Come on in, let's do it. Okay, so the chords we're going to need, this is primarily based on this D minor chord. We're going to see a G major a lot. We're also going to see an F chord. We're going to see a chord called a C5, which is similar to a C, but it doesn't actually have a G note. It's the open G string, open C string, and then fretting the third fret of the E and the C, or the E and the A. Okay, so let's start with the intro. The intro is a 4 measure piece, and it sounds like this. So we start off and make a D minor, and you use your thumb on the C string and your index on the E, and you pinch the 2 middle strings. Immediately after, your index will go down and play the open A on the offbeat. 1 and. Remove your index finger here, open E string, then put it back, first fret E string. 1 and 2 and 3, thumb on the C string. For this part, I'm using my index on the E and the A and my thumb on the C and the G. So I get 2nd fret of the C string. My index finger comes off again, open E. Now at this point, all my fingers are off and I play the open C. And then I make a G chord and play the 2nd fret of the high A string. So that first measure is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Then we strum a G chord. So we get 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. Just downstrokes with my index finger on the G. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you're going to play the first fret of the E string on the offbeat after the 4th measure, going into the 3rd measure, 4 and that will carry over to the 3rd measure where you don't play anything on the first beat. 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and boom. So here we're going to start off, let that ring out, open A, which is the same, open E, 1st fret, the same, 2nd fret of the C string, the same, open E, the same, but the 4th measure is a little different. You'll play the 1st fret of the E string and then the open G string into that G chord. So you get 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. Put all that 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're into the verse. The cool thing is the melody for the verse is really consistent. A lot of times in some of these songs that we've done in the past, the melody changes quite frequently. But what happens is basically for this one, it's a 16 bar verse, and essentially it's the same 4 measures repeating. So let's put the first 4 up. Let me play them for you. They sound like this. So we're going to play a D chord, D minor, and we're strumming through it with our index finger because it has no melody. When you use your thumb, the melody tends to ring out and pop out a little more. The index finger kind of makes the chord sound a little more even. So you start off first beat, 1, then we use our thumb to play the C string 2 times, 1 and, then we pinch the 2 middle strings, again like we saw to start the song off. That is, the melody is the F note on the E string, and the D is just giving the harmony some support. Index finger again, that F note, first fret of the E string, and then back 2 times on the C. Boom, boom. So you get 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and. Second measure. Make your F chord and strum through with your thumb this time, because on the first beat, the melody is this A note, the A string. And then on the and, you come up and you use your index finger to play the open A. There's a rest on the second beat, and then you hit the and again. So you go 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 3. Third beat, index finger, no melody. Come down with the index finger, and then on the and after the third beat, grab the first fret of the E string. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. A little slower. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and into the next measure. Okay, so the third measure sounds like this. Make that C5, strum through with your thumb, and then on the and, grab that third fret. 1 and 2 and. Then on the and after the second beat, use your thumb to play the open G string. 1 and 2 and 3. Third beat, index finger. 1 and 2 and 3. Remove it and play the open E string on the offbeat this time. 1 and 2 and 3 and. So you see that the rhythm, we're starting to develop a motif. When we get to the G, we're going to continue with this motif. Strum through with our thumb, up with the index finger on the offbeat. Second measure or second beat, nothing. 1 and 2. Again, and. Third beat, index finger, no melody. And 4 and. First fret, pull to open E, second fret. You could just play 102, but it's like 1 and 4, well, excuse me, 3 and 4 and. And when you play that second fret, I'm already fretting the D minor for what's coming next. So these 4 measures together, we get 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and boom. Without counting, I'll count us in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and those 4 measures would happen 4 times with the exception of the third time through. So you play them all, then you play them again, then the third time through, the D is going to be a little different. You're going to let it ring for 1, 2, and instead of coming in the second beat, you come in on the and. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and. And that's the only difference. You just come in 1 half of a beat later. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and do 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 do. So let's go ahead and play through the verse. 1, 2, 3, 4. then we're into the chorus, the last piece of the song. So the chorus is even a little easier to play. You're going to start off with your D minor. You're going to strum through. Then you're going to play 2, 2, boom. Let me just play the first 4 measures, actually. Really nice. Okay, so then we just strum through with our index finger. No melody on the first beat. 1. Then we use our thumb. 2 and 3 and 4 and. So we play the second fret of the C string 2 times. 2 and. Index finger pinches the second fret. Thumb. Index pinches the first fret in this third beat. Then you'll play the first fret again. So you get 1 and 2 and then we're going to do the same, but your index finger drops to the A string, plays the open A, and your thumb plays the C string, second fret on the 4th beat. Then your index again plays the open A string. 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and. Make this G chord, strum all the way through with your thumb. Your melody's this B note. Come up with your thumb, open G string. Index finger through on the second beat. No melody. Thumb on the G string. Thumb all the way through. Thumb on the second fret. Or here you could use your index finger if you wanted. Second fret of the A string. And then 2 open Gs. 4 and. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Make this D minor. Pluck just that D note, second fret of the C string. 1, 2 and. Second beat through this D minor. Then you're going to play the same note again, only on the and. 1, 2 and 3. That familiar move so far, plucking the second fret of the C, E string again, drop down, second fret C, open A, open A. 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and boom, to this G. And so you're seeing that third measure was similar to the first, not exactly the same, but similar. Same thing we got going here with the 4th measure, similar to the second, but not exactly the same. Strum all the way through. And then open G string and 2 and. All the way through. Index finger. 3 and. 4 and. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So we get 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Okay? One time without counting. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, bring up the next 4. Okay, so we bring up the next 4. And the only difference here is the first measure. The first measure is now, instead of being different than the third, the same. So even though it is different than the first 4, it's already something you've seen. So we play through these 4. We get 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so next 4, we strum through this first one with our index finger and let it ring for 2 beats. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1. This is him just going, mad world, mad world, mad world. So it's a very basic, very empty, sparse melody. And I kind of wanted to emphasize that loneliness and emptiness by limiting the strumming. If in your personal arrangement you feel like it needs more strumming, feel free to add more strumming. You totally can. And I'll give you an example of how to do that. So, for example, the first measure, I strum down on the D minor with my index finger. 1, 2, 3, 4, and. So I let that ring for 2 beats. Then I pluck the second fret of the C string with my thumb, first fret of the E with my index, 3 and 4. Well, 3, 4, and. Then on the offbeat after the 4, I play the D note. So I go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1. If you wanted to, you could. So you can add some strums there. Feel free. Anywhere that you don't have melody, that's an empty space, you can feel free to add strumming of that chord. That's up to you. The fun part is it's a lot of fun to arrange these things. I should do a video on how to arrange your own chord melody because maybe I'm a geek, maybe I'm a music nerd, but I get a lot of satisfaction out of learning a melody and then arranging a chord melody with it. So we get 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1. Now I'm already making that G chord, so when I pluck it, I can go and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and I pluck that on the note, and then I strum the G on the first beat, let it ring for 2 bars. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 4 downs and an up. 1, 2, 3, 4, and down. Down, 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 up, D. 1, 2, 3, 4, up, D minor. Okay, you notice there's like this little black table-looking icon. That means a down strum, and the V means an up strum. So it's down, 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 up. So those first 2 measures, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and a 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and a boom. Okay, so those are those 4 measures because the second 2 is same as the first 2. We get into the end, there's a little more melody here. Strum that D minor, 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. Index finger, open A. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1. We're gonna play that D note 2 times into the G. So we get 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and a 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. So I play that D, let it ring for a whole measure, and then I strum a D minor to finish. Okay, so those last 4 measures, 1, 2, 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and a 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Okay, so let's play the whole chorus, and then we're going to put everything together. 1, 2, 3, 4. One, two, three, four. Cool, everyone. That's it. Thank you so much for watching to the very end of the lesson. I told you, a fairly easy, fairly painless chord melody song, but a fun one to play, a beautiful melody. Just a lot of fun to play. Some syncopation, some other cool things. I don't know if my mic is going, mad world, this is what we're learning. Like a NASCAR, all right? Okay, until next time, keep on rocking and rolling. Keep on loving life. It's a mad world out there. And we'll catch you next Wednesday or next Saturday as I headbutt the microphone for our next lesson. Take care.